Now, here we go. Section 1, Mike Barron's leadership theory. Okay, what is leadership? That's the first thing we're talking about. Leadership definition. Leadership defined: the action leading a group of people or organization. The state or position of being a leader. Leader now. Leader defined. Noun. Number 1, the person who leads or commands a group, organization, or country. The leaders of a protest group, the leader of the House in the UK, a member of the government officially responsible for initiating business in the House of Commons or House of Lords. Number 2, definition, the principal player in a music group, the lead singer, okay? So now, how much have y'all seen my material on leadership? Has anybody seen it? Okay, Consuela's seen it? Okay, Dexter, you seen it? Okay, Keith, what is, don't look at the workbook. What is leadership, bro? If you can just sum it up in like a word or two, or just a small sentence. What is leadership?
Being able to influence people.
Bingo. What's up, Jason? Being able to influence people. Okay, so here's some real game. Okay, so Catherine, check this out. This is what I found leadership to be. Leadership is influence. So my sales team, they'll never tell you this, but why all of a sudden is Trey Toner rocking Dior shoes? Why the hell is Trey getting a Lamborghini? They'll never tell you this, but they're seeing their big bro do it, and they're like, oh, okay, cool, so that's the play. I'm influencing these guys. Why the hell did Lil Casey Cox get a Lamborghini? Why the hell did he start? Go watch The Transformation. So leadership is influence, okay? That's what it is. Influence is leadership, okay? So now, this is my view on leadership. A leader is one that inspires change, whether good or bad, okay? This is what I learned at National University. A leader is one that inspires change, okay? Bill Belichick took over the Patriots. Tom Brady went to the freaking Tampa Bay. They said this year it feels a little bit different. The first year he touched down. You know, the halls are a little bit different. The locker room's a little different. That's a leader. It's a little different. TB12 here now. Okay, so now here's a bar for y'all. Okay, it says leadership is informal. Okay, does not come with a badge, does not come with a title. Become the director and it says leader. The leadership is informal. So watch this. It says, unlike management, which is formal, leadership is informal and does not require specific title or experience. It says an entry-level intern may be a leader, whereas a seasoned professional may lack leadership. So imagine I'm the new intern at the CPA office. Imagine I researched everybody in the office and got all their names. And imagine I brought donuts and coffee for the whole office that day. And imagine when I walked in, I was like, hey, how you doing, Samantha? And she's like, what? I'm like, hey, how you doing? I'm Mike, we're friends on LinkedIn. We connected a week ago. I did this at Grant's office. Imagine I have a good ass attitude and I brought the donuts and, you know, I'm about to close out the day. I'm like, hey, you know, looking forward to seeing y'all tomorrow. Do you guys need anything before I leave? Chances are if I leave, they're gonna say, hey, man, that new kid, man, he's cool. I like him. He's solid. He's good peoples. He got good energy. So what's the point? Even an entry-level associate, a green pea, a newbie, a rookie could inspire or actually have some sort of influence, whereas a big director, okay, with the title, may not acknowledge people, may not, you know, actually recognize people and not have the influence, okay? So right now, Trey, he left for a year. Me and him almost got into a fist fight at John Payne's wedding. His ass about to get knocked out, Keith. But, you know, it didn't happen. So he left for a whole year. You know, true story. I was about to whoop that. I was gonna be a feather in my cap, but like, man, that 6'5" boy, I whooped his ass. I was about to be like a feather in my cap. Anyways, he left for a whole year. And the biggest thing I seen in his growth was his leadership. That was the big thing that happened. So before Trey, we had Brandon Jorgensen. Before Trey, we had Andrew Knapp. Before Andrew Knapp, we had Brandon Jorgensen. Before Brandon Jorgensen, we had Casey Cox. As our sales directors. Those guys, and they're not here to defend themselves, those guys don't have the leadership that Trey has. They just don't have it, and they all have the same title. That's the point. How do you create a mass movement? Nobody look at the workbook. How do you create a mass movement? This is how you create a mass movement. There's an attractive character, there's somebody at the forefront, there's a guy, there's a gal that's just a little bit different and unique. Okay, we call that the attractive character. And then at the top of it, of the triangle, okay, we call it new opportunity, okay, vehicle of change. And then there's the feature-based cause. Okay, so I talk about this in creating a mass movement, but at the same time, Keith, I'm still doing this within my own internal team. Okay, so now how to operate as a leader. This is according to my man Russell Brunson. He says, number one, every single mass movement has had a charismatic leader since the beginning of time. So you're gonna have to get your charisma on. So a mass movement could be like to your customers, your clients, your followers, but also a mass movement should be your internal staff. I got about a dozen people over there, Keith. If I just make the phone call, let's go rob a bank, they'll go with me. If I say, hey, hey, everybody, shut down shop. Let's go to the beach. It's cold as hell. Or, hey, shut down shop. Let's go see Miguel in Arizona. They would do that, no questions. Okay, so now it says every single mass movement has had a charismatic leader. Number 2, every mass movement offers a new opportunity, aka a vehicle of change. It's never an improvement offer or opportunity. And number 3, every mass movement has a future-based cause. Okay, so what's the point? Okay, so now there's this guy on the internet, he's Vietnamese and Mexican, his last name is Barron. Okay, wannabe rapper, loud as shit, obnoxious, bad jokes all day, and he talks shit on the internet. So we can say that's the attractive character. So the new opportunity in this case would be like, sales has been around since the beginning of fucking mankind. People have been trading since the beginning. Here's some spices, let me get some goats, whatever the hell. So now, how do I take sales and turn it to a new opportunity? Well, it's not sales. You ever go to Facebook and Instagram, you see the guru pop up? That's where we come in. It's a brand new thing. It's called knowledge brokering. They need closers and the guru needs, they need closers and the closers need the guru. New opportunity. Future-based cause, if you just do really good, you could be like Trey Toner and get one of these $10 million plaques. Okay, so just remember that framework, whether you're talking to the public, like I was talking to my students, or I'm talking to my internal team. Okay, that's how we're talking about a mass movement. We're talking about leadership. We're talking about influence. Okay, so Armand, Trey, okay, I'm always giving him some sort of carrot. Hey, dude, in the next few months, we're gonna get your Lamborghini. Between now and the end of the year, we're gonna get your some real estate. Hey, when we're done, you have all that passive income. We're gonna go help people. So I do the same. They're making money in the back. You can hear them scream. Hear them screaming, right? Chances are I just made $10,000 right now. It's very likely. Okay, and it's not. I need to be able to lead people. Okay, so just remember that. So now here is some real stuff that I want to cover. How the hell, and Keith, you've seen it. Not the Closer Academy. Let's talk about my internal team. Keith, you've seen it. I pretty much have like a fucking cult. You've seen the devotion and the loyalty for my internal team to me. Nobody's saying shit about my back, behind my back, except for Nicole. But other than that, ain't nobody saying really a whole lot, okay? They're following me. So this is how I do it, all right? So it says, people just want to be recognized and appreciated. People just want to be acknowledged, Armand. Okay, so my first book I've ever read, Armand, on personal development is How to Win Friends and Influence People. I was 26 years old when I first read that book. First book I've ever read on self-help. And it says, he writes in his 4th principle, Carnegie, the author, he says, become genuinely interested in people. It says an example is when I used to drive Uber. I used to drive Uber everywhere. And Keith, you heard this. I would go in the Uber. It'd be like, hey man, so outside of this, what do you do? Oh, okay, cool. You're a photographer? No kidding. That's crazy. It's a true story. Dude pulls out a fucking camera under the seat. Oh wow, what do you take pictures of? People, like landscape, animals, wildlife? What do you? Oh, I take pictures of X. No kidding. How long do you do that? What do you shoot with? Mirrorless? You shoot with what? Sony? What do you shoot with? Canon? What do you shoot with? I shoot with this. So what would happen is I would be in an Uber for, let's say 30 minutes. I would get out and there'd be always some sort of like acknowledgement, like, hey man, thank you. This is the driver to me. Thank you. Man, you made my day today. And I would play a game with my daughter. Juliana must have been 8 years old at the time. And I'd play with my daughter and say, hey, what did you see? Oh, that guy really liked you. Why do you like me? Because you asked him a lot of questions. Juliana, how many questions did he ask of me? 0. So I don't do this, Keith, as a gimmick. I don't do this to manipulate. I do this because I read in that book that made sense to me, become genuinely interested in people. Okay, so what am I talking about now? I'm talking about influencing people. Okay, so that is, you want to remember this shit. Whether it's your students, your staff member, your CEO, your sales director, you want to become genuinely interested in people and you would acknowledge them. Okay, so now how do you do that? How do I do that? It says, remember birthdays of others and their team members. Okay, so now every time someone gets hired here, our HR department puts their birthday on my calendar, always. This kid right here has stepped up, and when the directors are in production or they're not available, he says, "Hey team, let's push these leads. Hey team, let's freaking get the." There's still 10 in the 2 times column, and there's still 30 leads not called more than 3 times. Let's move these. He's been in it for 2 weeks. Okay, so today I sent him a gift card from Cowboy Star, which is a steak joint.